So welcome to Imperial Knights Renegade. Like it says in the box, giant war machines duel in the 41st millennium. Obviously another one of the 40k offshoot games. Another part of GW's turnaround, which is getting people to spend money again. They succeeded. Fair play to them. Thanks to MGR Models and Hobbies for getting us this copy so quickly that we can get a wee look at it. I don't really know if this one, to be honest, needs a show and tell. It's merely a fact that it's here, so we might as well let you see what's in it. It could be one of those things that you're in two minds about, or you're not really bothered. Okay, so we have a nice picture there, keeping the contents down. That'll look fairly decent, adorning a wall or two, I'm sure. So inside, what do we get? Well, we get our Renegade's rulebook. As you might expect, this gives you the background story between the two knights that are in the box, and sort of gives you a background to how they came into being, what they're doing, where they are in the universe, so to speak. So that if you decide, because this is in its own right obviously a standalone game, you can play this just with the contents of the box and a couple of wee bits and bobs on the table for window dressing. So again, plenty of blurb there, plenty of guff, and it reads quite well. Had a look at it earlier on. It's not a bad wee background story. There's the picture of their big fight again. And there we go, the Renegade rules. And that's essentially it. I mean, that is, those 2 pages summarise fairly much everything, I think. And then you've got missions to do with them, the layout of the table for it, positioning of the boys and whatnot. You get a few paint scheme ideas, kind of nice old school GW this, a few paint scheme ideas for different ways to do them if you're not going to use them or you're going to use them beyond the game. Obviously you will, because this is like the cheapest way to get Imperial Knights to then put them into your 40k games, and then obviously into using them in 40k as well, the data sheets that relate to the different types there. And on it goes down to the Renegade. Now a nice bit of artwork painting at the back. So we have our 2 data cards for use here if we're playing Renegade straight up as it's intended, and we have the Latany of Destruction and the Red Might who is trying to hunt it down. And we've got a breakdown of the weapons summary, same weapons laid out on the back there depending on what you give the models. If you've any wit obviously, you'll magnetise your weapons choices so that you can change them out and not be stuck. You'll have seen this before. It's just the data card breaking down the core rules for 40k into a nutshell for you. Nice to have that to hand. And then we've got the build manual on putting these brutes together. I have to say it's a while from I've done a big GW kit, and yeah, kind of looking forward to doing one of these. Just for a giggle, more than else. Probably have a go at the game too, like, but always fancied doing a night, and ideal opportunity. So then we go down and we're into the sprues. It'll be repeats because it's essentially the same frames for both. There's a couple of different features. I'll try and bring you in a little bit closer here. I'll do it as gently as I can. So there we go. And we'll just walk through these frames. I'm trying to see if I can kind of marry them up that we're sort of looking. So yeah, so there's the 2 of those. We've got our faces and our chainswords and things like that there. All very nice. Do you need to say that the detail is exceptional these days? Because it always is, really. You can't fault them for that. Next frame there, again, there are 2 of those, and then next up, now this looks to be part of the scenery, so I'll set that aside. We're down to the feet elements there, feet and some of the neck pieces. Again, same sprue, so 2 of those. easy enough to divvy them out. And then of course this comes with a terrain piece as well. It's one of the Promethean works or something like that there. All pipes and cogs and whatnot. I like the centre piece there. The Adeptus Mechanicus, that's kind of fancy. Oh, a couple more sprues lurking at the bottom, or at least one more sprue lurking at the bottom there. Alternate faces and things like that there for them. Missile bits and bobs. A mixture of gubbins. And back to terrain. Bits of the archways there. And then the last piece. Not as overly ornate. There's lots of detail obviously, but it's not as horrendously ornate as the Sector Imperialist stuff that they brought out a while ago. You know, there were literally skulls on every available surface. These ones they've actually thought to make them flat so that your model doesn't sort of bump over them, and it looks a little bit better thought out. Quite like that. Even these arches, you know, there's actual workings going on in here rather than just skulls stuck everywhere. Yeah, it's kind of nice. Whoops, too many sprues. And then we have a joint template sheet, or transfer sheet, sorry, that you can divvy them out between the two. Oh, there's another transfer sheet. There we go. Very nice. Lovely. You get the big expense too of the small D6 dice. Not nice, but at least they're there. And then the last thing that you would need to care about, just so that you know they are in there, the bases. Fairly hefty brutes, obviously, given the models. Wonder will there be some way to twist the logic and fit these into Adeptus Titanicus. That'd be kind of cute. So there you go. That's everything that's inside. That's the little back of the box for you as well. Don't think we need to labour this one for you. It is what it is. Detail wise, grand. Value for money, debatable. Is the game any good? Reed's kind of quite basic. You know, it is like a grudge match against the two of them. We'll give it a go and see what crack it is. I don't know if we're going to race to get these built or anything like that there. But certainly if we do, we'll come back to it and let you see. But I think the bottom line here is this is a boon for 40k players who want to get Imperial Knights into their games. It's definitely a cheap way to do it, since you're getting 2 knights, you're getting all your gubbins with it, and you're getting a fairly decent bit of terrain for the 40k setup in with that too. Pound for pound, it's an absolute winner. Can't go wrong there.